Hey everyone, welcome back to our Python tutorial series. In the last video, we learned about for loops and while loops, how they help us repeat tasks efficiently. Today, we are diving into a powerful concept called nested loops in Python. Nested loops allow us to loop inside another loop. They are super useful for working with grids, tables, patterns, and even complex data structures. By the end of this video, you will know how to use nested loops to solve real world problems. Let's get started. A nested loop is simply a loop inside another loop. For example, if you have an outer for loop running 3 times and an inner for loop running 2 times, the inner loop will run for each iteration of the outer loop, meaning it will execute a total of 6 times. Let's see a simple example. Let's say we want to print a simple table with rows and columns. We'll take first for loop for I in range of 1 comma 4. Now this is for the rows in the table. Now we will take the another loop for column for j in range of 1 comma 4. So this is the another loop for columns. Now if we want to print the coordinates of I and j, so how we can do that? Simply we can write print. So if we want to print the coordinate, so we'll print I value first, then comma j. Now we'll close this and we'll say end equal to. Now after first row is printed, we want to print it in next line. So we will write another statement, just print, so that it will print in next line. So we'll just run this code and see what's the output. As you can see, we have got the coordinates of from the range 1 and 4. So as you can see 1 comma 1, 1 comma 2, 1 comma 3 and so on. So the first loop, whatever the for I in range is there, that's for rows. So here we have 1, 2, 3 rows. Next the for j is for columns 1, 2, 3. So now if you want to print another row, another column, so how we can do that? By just increasing the range inside both. Now if we run the program, as you can see it has printed 4 by 4 table. Similarly, you can reduce the column count. Let's say I print 1 comma 4. As you can see, it has printed 4 rows but 3 columns. A common use of nested loops is creating a multiplication table. So now we'll see how to generate a table from 1 to 5. Alright, we'll take a row for 1 to 5 in range, in I variable. So now we'll take one for loop, it will track for the row. For example, for I in range of 1 comma 6. I am taking 6 because we have to print the tables from 1 to 5. So I am taking the value till 6. Now we'll take for the column for j in range of 1 comma 6. Now I want to print the multiplication table. Now we'll use print I multiplied by with j and comma end equal to slash t. Slash t will provide a one tab of space. After each row is printed, we want to put it in next line. So we'll write print. Let's run this program and see the output. As you can see, we have got one table here, two table here, three table, 4, 5. Let's say if you want to print till 1 into 10 or 2 into 10, or because we just have only 5. So how we can do that? By just changing the value to 11 here. And if we save the program and run the program, as you can see it has printed till 10 times. We can also use nested loops to print different patterns. Let's start with a simple right angle triangle. So now we'll take the outer loop which controls the rows for I in range. So we have taken the outer loop for I in range of 1 comma 5. Now we'll take the inner loop for j in range of I. I will tell just why we have taken I. Now let's say we will go inside and print the value star, comma, end equal to double quotes. And after each iteration, it has to be printed in the new row. So we'll write print. Now if you want to make this program, we'll just save the program and see what the output is. As you can see, we have got a right angle triangle. So the first for loop, it will control the row. So in the first iteration, we'll be having the value of I equal to 1, and it will go inside the j loop and it will check in the range of I. So currently the I value is 1. So it will print the 1 star. Now I value has become 2 and it will go inside the j loop and checks in the range of 2. So it will print 2 star. So that's why I have taken the j in range of I. So it has to be in limitation of whatever the value of I is. So this is how print the right angle triangle. Now if you want to print, let's say 10 rows, we just save the program and run it. So we'll get the 10 rows of the star pattern. Same way with while loop. Let's recreate the same triangle pattern using while loops. Let's say we have rows variable as 5 and we will initialize the I value to 1. Now we'll say while I less than or equal to rows. So we have to give the while condition because here we have to define how much times it will run. So we have defined rows equal to 5 and I equal to 1. So it has to run till I is less than or equal to rows. Now we'll say j equal to 1, and inside while to track the columns we will take another while j is less than or equal to I. So we have to print the variables with we have taken while j less than or equal to I. Now we'll say we'll print the star and comma end equal to, and after each iteration we have to print it in next row. So we'll write print, and after that in while loop I value will not be automatically incremented. So we have to increment by manually. So we'll write I plus equal to 1. Now we'll just save the program and run. We'll see what is the output. Rows equal to 5, I equal to 1, while I less than or equal to rows. Then the j value, so sorry, here we need to increment the j value as well. So that's why it was on an infinite loop, and as you can see we have printed the pattern. Just like with single loops, we can use break and continue inside nested loops. We have the previous example here, and we'll add the break condition for j. So we can write if j equal to 3, if the j value of the inner loop reaches value 3, then we write break. We'll see what is the output of this program is. As you can see, as the j value reaches 3, it is not going beyond 3. So the inner loop stops when j equal to 3, but the outer loop continues. Let's create a real world example, a seating arrangement simulation. Imagine a theater with 3 rows and 4 seats per row. So we will define that using variables. Rows is 3 and we have the seats in each rows is 4. So now we'll take for row in range of 1 comma row plus 1. This plus 1 is, as I have already told, we have to take till the 3. So we have to use plus 1. Otherwise if we just use rows, it will take till 2. Now we'll take the inner loop for seats in range of 1 comma seats plus 1. Now we'll print the rows and column. Print row and seat, and for that seat we can write seat and we'll write end. At the end we'll add the pipe symbol. Now after each row we have to print it in new line. We'll say print. So now we'll see what is the output of this program. As you can see, it prints a structured seating plan. We have seat 1. In row 1 we have seat 2, seat 3, seat 4. Similarly we have row 2 and row 3. Understood how nested loops works and how they help in working with tables, patterns and structured data. If you found this tutorial helpful, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more Python tutorials. Happy coding!